New York, the greatest city in the world. It's The Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight, Ewan McGregor.
On the program tonight, Ewan McGregor, everybody. Our first guest tonight is a talented actor starring in a new film entitled The Beginners, and you can see it beginning June 3rd in New York and Los Angeles. Wow. So that's a long drive back and forth. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Ewan McGregor. Here he comes. Good to see you again.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
I see here, this is fascinating. Last time, we've all talked about your love of motorcycles and so forth. And I know now you're sort of interested in bicycles and old bicycles.
Yeah.
But right here at the top of the list, you've been learning to fly airplanes.
Yeah, for a while I learned to fly airplanes, and then I went back to work consistently, and they don't let you learn to fly when you're making a film, which I think is unfair of them. Something to do with insurance or something, yeah. I don't know.
And how close are you to getting your license?
I did about 15 hours, so I didn't go solo. And then I had to stop and I went back to work. But I liked it very much. I enjoyed learning something new like that and technical. I found it very...
Where did you learn? In the United States or in Europe?
No, in the States, in LA.
United States, in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Flying out of which airport there?
Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
Yeah.
That always scared me silly because it's right in a neighborhood, a densely populated area. It's a tiny little airfield, and you go right out over the Pacific Ocean where there's a lot of air traffic coming too.
That's right. And there's a rule when you're flying, you're learning to fly, is that if you have a problem or an emergency when you're taking off, you're not meant to turn around and try and make it back. That's how people have accidents and stall the plane stuff. So you're meant to just lower the nose and land where you can. And there's a golf course just in between. There's a golf course between you and the sea. And I often, as I flew over, I often thought, which hole would I try and land on?
Wow. I didn't realize that. They discourage you from trying to come around again.
Yeah, you should, because you must just keep the level flight, because you can stall it if you're on a turn. You can stall easily.
Well, you know, that's exactly what Sullenberger did in the Hudson with the thing.
Oh, that's right.
He didn't try to go back to LaGuardia.
Yeah.
He just looked for a place to put her down.
No, and did a beautiful, beautiful job.
Wow.
What a man, though, eh? What a pilot.
Woo! But. And then I was fascinated to learn further that your brother is a military pilot. Is that right? Who does he fly for?
He flew for the RAF. He left about 2 or 3 years ago.
And you got to go for a ride in a trainer, a jet fighter trainer? Is that what it was?
No, it's in an actual Tornado. Not a trainer, but the actual...
Is this what we're looking at here? Is that the Tornado there?
Yeah.
And this is a jet fighter.
Yeah.
And how long was he in this is the Royal Air Force?
My brother was in the Air Force all his, up until about 2 or 3 years ago, since he was the age of 17 or 18. Yeah. And he flew for many years in the Air Force. He was a brilliant pilot. And I'd never, he's seen all my work, but I'd never seen him at work. And I got this trip in the back seat of his Tornado, which was very, very rare. It's very unusual to be allowed to do that, but they swung it for me, the RAF. And I sat in the back there, and they put the canopy down, and there's a radar right in front of you, but I could just see the corner of his helmet on this side and the corner of his helmet on that side, and I was very proud of him, because it's an extraordinary experience to fly very low and very fast like that.
And you were going to travel supersonic, weren't you?
We would supersonic. Is that faster than the... Yes, that's faster than the speed of sound.
Yeah. So that's why they put you in a special G suit, and then also for the maneuvering,
for the G's,
right?
for the turns, you pull an awful lot.
More than the speed, it's for the turning.
It's for the turns. When you pull a turn going very fast in a jet like that, it makes all the blood go down the way. And they've got these trousers on so that when you pull a certain amount of G, they inflate really hard around your legs, and they push the blood back up.
I'm wearing a pair now.
Yeah.
But
you look good in them.
Now, what I know about these guys is they get somebody like yourself, actor, not really familiar with fighter aircraft, and they try to make you barf up whatever you got.
That's right.
And how did that go for you?
And also it's my brother, my big brother, so you can imagine he was really giving it.
Sure,
yeah.
And how did you cope with these tremendous G-loads?
I threw up.
Did you really?
Yeah. I tried really hard, you know. We did basically a lap of Scotland in an hour and a half or something. And for the first 20 minutes, we were really low level, really quick, down through glens and valleys. And then he came back up and leveled off. And at that point, I just went white and started to sweat. And I thought, conquer it, McGregor. And I really didn't want to be sick, because it's embarrassing, you know. But I was looking for the bag all the while. And... And then he had me do a couple of things in the cockpit, like changing the radio frequency and such. So I went down to do that, and then he went round a corner, and now you're like that. You really can't. And that's horrible. Yeah. And so when I came back, I was sick a little bit. And that was just a little bit in the bag. It was very tidy. I folded it down, I crimped it. It was all tidy. But when you get back and you park up, you know, the guys come out with a ladder. The ground crew come out with the ladder and the canopy goes up, and the first thing you have to do is hand them your little bag of steak. It's really embarrassing.
And this is...
Oh, yeah.
Is that before or
no, that
after?
looks like after.
Afterward, yeah. Did you lose consciousness? Did you black out at all?
No.
It's a fascinating world, and congratulations to your brother, and it must have been great fun. And then this, also then the documentary about the British Air Force, World War II.
Yes, the Battle of Britain. It was an anniversary of that last year, and we wanted to mark it somehow, and we felt that my brother and I have never really done anything together like that. So we met sort of in the middle of both our worlds. You know, I'm a filmmaker and work in front of cameras, and he's a pilot and is a fighter pilot. So to make a film about fighter pilots was what we did, and we met some of the pilots who actually fought in the Battle of Britain, which was a very important battle for us historically. And
what very little I know about the Air Force in Great Britain during the Second World War, many of their planes, many of their usable planes, the ones that they counted on, were wooden. They were like, I think they're called mosquitoes, but they're all made of wood.
Well, in the Battle of Britain, they were flying in Spitfires and Hurricanes, and the Spitfire had a metal coating on the fuselage, but the Hurricane was a wooden plane with fabric stretched over the wood. It was really old-fashioned, but it was actually, in fact, easier to maintain, because when they got shot up, they would just have to patch the bullets would go straight through the fuselage, and it was easier to patch up, you know.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy to think about it now, but it's true.
Let's talk a little bit about the film. Now, had you met Christopher Plummer before?
No.
Yeah. Where did you meet him? How did that go?
Well, I met him the first day we rehearsed with Mike Mills, our brilliant writer and director, and we all said hello, and then he sent me and Christopher off to a clothing store in LA, and he gave me $200, and he said, go and buy Christopher a scarf. And in the story, I play Christopher's son, and Christopher Plummer's character comes out to his son, and he's 75 years old, and he tells his son that he's gay and that he's always been gay. So he said to Christopher, okay, you're gay and you're going to this clothing store, I want you to get something that makes you look fabulous to young men. And you're looking after your dad, and now here's your $200, go and buy him a scarf. So we got to the shop, and in the car on the way there, so I was sitting in the car with Christopher Plummer on the way there, going, I don't know Christopher Plummer, you know, and he's a lovely, lovely man. But he's an iconic actor, you know, it's something to be there with him. And in the car, he said, what are those? And I said, they're just black jeans, Christopher. And he went, they're very tight.
Wow.
And I said...
He's working on his character in this? Is that what it is?
Who knows?
Who knows,
I said, well,
exactly.
they're skinny jeans. They would be called skinny jeans, Christopher. And he went, So when we got to the store... I said, where are the scarves to somebody? And they pointed me over here, and Christopher was off. He saw the jean department over there, and he was just hightailing it to get some skinny jeans, you know? And he did. He was flirting with the shop assistant, and he ended up with a stack of skinny jeans that he liked, that I had to put on my credit card because he didn't bring his wallet. And
the oldest trick in the book for him.
Exactly. But he ended up with fine skinny jeans, and he looked good in them, too.
Are any of them featured in the film?
Yeah, where's them in the film, yeah.
We have a clip here. What are we going to see, Ewan?
This is a clip, I think, of... I think it's when my father's got back from a nightclub. He's been out to a gay bar called the Act Bar in LA, and he's excited about this new music that he's heard, and he's checking with his son what it might be called.
Beginners opens June 3rd.
Oliver?
Yeah.
I'm not sorry I woke you.
I went to Act Bar tonight. You did? Yeah, they had some wonderfully loud
music. What kind of music's that?
Probably house music.
House music. Okay. House music.
Very cute. It opens June 3rd in New York and Los Angeles. This is Ewan McGregor. Good to see you again.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.